Now, if you don't already know this, then it's because you're not watching enough of my videos. But seriously, in October, myself and a few other people went to go and visit a car showroom called Car Quick Trade Limited. I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of all what happened and everything else, because that will just lengthen this video out and I don't want to do that. What I do want to do, however, is just prove a point as to how YouTube selectively picks and chooses what it censors, rather than generally algorithms, especially when it comes to privacy complaints. Now, videos that myself and a few other channels have put out had privacy complaints put in against them by the owners of, or the people that work at, Car Quick Trade Limited in Stockport. Now, most of the videos were taken down within the 48 hours that YouTube give. When they give you a privacy notice, they give you 48 hours to take it down or to fix the privacy issue. The problem is there was no privacy issue within this video. Everything that was in the video, my own videos and other people's, was all taken from a public place in an area that could not be deemed as an area where you would expect a reasonable expectation of privacy. It just cannot happen. You have a 1 foot, 2 foot, 1 foot wall around the forecourt of the showroom. There was no walls, tall walls, there was no fences, there was nothing like that. So you cannot expect to have any reasonable expectation of privacy in that place. Now, when these idiots from Car Quick Trade, and that's all I can call them, is idiots, when they made their first privacy complaint, I argued against it. I sent YouTube an email. They ignored it and they took the video down. So I uploaded another one and they done the same thing. Privacy complaint. I had my video removed. Then I put up my long video, that it was an hour long, and it was all the information that I'd found in the public domain. So this is all publicly available profiles, okay, on profiles that had not been set to private. So these were all public profiles on social media, and the other information that I got was from the government website, which is public website. It's publicly accessible for people to check information specifically, and everything, even the camera footage that we had of the event itself, was all taken in a place that could not be deemed as having a reasonable expectation of privacy. If they were inside the building and we were filming through the door, for example, then yeah, I can see that might be, deemed as having a reasonable expectation of privacy. But outside, there was none. Absolutely none at all. Anyway, the big long video I had a privacy complaint on the 13th of November. It's now the 28th. Okay, and there was all of these timestamps to say when they felt that privacy was being violated. So I emailed them through YouTube's feedback link in the dashboard, and the video was left. It was allowed to stay. Then on the 25th, so 12 days later, Car Quick Trade have been back on checking out my channel to see if the video's gone. It hadn't gone. YouTube allowed it to stay, and they put in another privacy request or complaint. This time, I would imagine that somebody else has viewed this and based on their own opinion rather than policy, based on their own opinion rather than law, based on their own opinion rather than any kind of rule or case law for that matter, they've decided to take the video down. Now that video, that big long video, I had sent links, and this is for you Car Quick Trade as well. I'd sent links to that video to HMRC, Trading Standards, Insolvency Service, and who else was it? It was somebody else as well. So yeah, so what you've actually done is you're now complicit in destruction of evidence. I'm going to now, after making this video, I'm going to call or email those departments that I spoke to before and tell them that. And I'm also going to contact YouTube and tell them that as well. The whole reason I think that they left my video up prior is because I explained this to them. I explained the law, I explained the case law, I explained rules, and I explained regulations and everything else to do with privacy. 3 types of privacy. Remember this, right? Full expectation, so absolute expectation of privacy. So if you're in your home or in a doctor's office, for example, reasonable expectation of privacy at a cash machine when you're out in public, sitting in the back of an ambulance with the ambulance doors open when you're out in public. You fucking idiots. And number 3, no expectation of privacy. And that is when you're walking down the street. Anything you can see with your eyes is fair game from a public place. So I'm just letting you know, Car Quick Trade Limited, I want you, if you take this down again, if you put in a privacy request against this again, I will speak to a solicitor myself, okay, about this, because that to me is harassment, okay? If you have a problem with me putting this video up again, which I'm going to do, then get your solicitor to contact me. I said this in a previous video. If you think that I'm violating your privacy, if you think that I am being, slanderous, or I've committed libel, go and speak to a solicitor, you fucking idiot. Just because you're breaking the law, just because you've got a dodgy business and you're trying to hide it from people, you won't hide it for long. Because if you do take this video, next video down again, remember, I've got your address. Remember that. Okay, so I can, and that's not a threat of action against you from me per se, that's an action of I will get a solicitor to write to you because we have your address. Your address is on company's house, so I can get that. I will send it to you, and I will hold you accountable for taking my videos down, harassing me, that is. Keep putting in requests against my videos. So fuck you, you silly little cunt. The video is going up again, and I will be contacting YouTube again.